Hello my friends, and welcome back to my channel for another tarot pick a card reading. In today's reading, we are going to be diving into what is on their mind, especially when it comes to you, but just in life in general and kind of where their priorities lie, so you can get a better understanding of where this person is coming from. So that being said, make sure you get yourself into a receptive mode. If you need to know how to do that, check out my video link down below as always on how to pick a card using your intuition. And when you're ready, we have our three groups. We have group 1, group 2, and group 3. Timestamps will be provided below. I'll see you at your time. Hey group 1, we're going to get started with your tarot pick a card reading today, all about what's on their mind. So looking at the cards we have first, we have a snake, which says be sensitive to your healing abilities towards yourself and others. We have the archetype child, magical, seeing the potential for sacred beauty in all things, the belief that everything is possible. And then the shadow is pessimism, depression, and disbelief in miracles, disbelieving that energy and action are not required for growth. We also have the card of sexuality. And we have Jupiter. So right away, this person's energy is very much trying to empower itself and to have more faith in life. Whether this person has just recently taken a risk in their life in general or has jumped into a new phase somehow, they feel like I want to say the odds are against them, but they're also willing to beat the odds. Like there's something here with that duality to their energy. With Snake here, there's a lot of potential for them to have like 8th house placements or Scorpio placements, a really strong Mars or Pluto in their chart, because I'm seeing that come into play here. I feel like this person is very much empowered by things, you know, when they feel a connection with something that hits kind of their soul or their solar plexus, sacral chakra, those types of things. It feels like this person is really alert and becomes more like this child magical energy where they're able to start having this kind of upbeat, joyful energy. With Jupiter as well, like I said, with risk coming into play, this is something where like they have to feel optimistic about their odds. But you know, there's something about this person, like I said, with their empowering energy now that I feel like the odds are not really what they're concerned about. This person has done a lot of work to gain a sort of confidence. I was feeling too with the shadow attribute here, the pessimism and depression and disbelief in miracles. That does give an impression of maybe what has gotten this person to feel like that is something that they need to start jiving with more, because perhaps in their life they had a lot of things that they needed to shed. You know, we have the snake here, so shedding old skin, and you know, maybe this person was kind of depressed for a while, and this connection with you, if anything, seems to have brought up a lot of positive feelings, a lot of good vibes about what could possibly happen in their life in general, but also just like where it could take them. This is a very like, ooh, like I like what I have to see type energy that this person is acting in right now. And so with sexuality coming out, I definitely think that you have sparked something in them. There's definitely insane chemistry here. This person feels a lot more childlike in your energy. So I don't know if you've known them from a past life or something like that. Whether it was when you were a child or just, you know, maybe there is just that real soul connection going on here. But you guys do feel quite intertwined and really like you vibe well together. And that's what Jupiter is. It is a group energy, often like a group enthusiasm is how I like to put it. So it does feel like you might get along well with this person. You might make them feel a lot more hopeful about the future. I feel like this person's in kind of a wondrous energy right now where they like don't necessarily know, you know, what is going to unfold in front of them, but they're excited about it. So if that is relating to you as well, which I feel like it is, I feel like you are very aware of this too. You can kind of feel this childlike energy coming through with them. So that's fascinating. Let's pull some more cards here to get more insights on what pile 1's person is got going on in their head. What's in their mind? Ooh. We have the Hanged Man. So this person, like I said, like they're going through a hard time internally right now. There could have been an offset of some situation where something was going like according to plan and then it just wasn't, and this person had to really, like I said, shed some old skin, maybe look at areas of life where they had become routinely pessimistic or just depressed. I feel like this person is caught up in that right now. So if you do feel like there's time where they, like, you know, pull away or something like that, or need distance, it's because they're trying to recoup with this positive feeling, because they know that that's the right path for them. They know that's where they need to go and how they need to feel about things, but it's kind of challenging at times to have that perspective, I feel like, for them, just because of what they've been through in the past, and where it drove them because of that kind of passion that they had. We do have the Two of Wands here too. So this person, like I said, they're really uneasy about what's to come, but they see it. They see that there's potential. They see that there's like positions that they can weigh out. So I don't know if that's necessarily with you, like maybe they feel like there's a position with you, like being a boyfriend or girlfriend or something like that, taking things to the next level. I feel like this person is definitely weighing out their options though. Yep, we have the Seven of Pentacles as well. This card is all about looking at what has been grown already and trying to find not only like critiques, but like also like evaluation of things. So I feel like this person's in that evaluating stage very strongly with you, and just in life in general. I think right now they like what they see though, I want to say. So let's pull another card here. Oh, we got 2 more cards. 3 more cards. Put them up here. Well, you can't really see them in frame, so we'll just tuck them in. But we have the Six of Cups. We have the Two of Pentacles, the Two of Wands there too, and then we also have the Magician. Okay, that's what I was saying. Like, this person has good feelings about where this could go with the Six of Cups here, with the Hangman. Like I said, like, past relationships are coming up here, so this could have been someone from your past that is starting to feel more enthusiasm for you, but it also could be someone that is looking at their past situations. And I say or, but this could be an and or situation where this person's also looking at their past situations, and where things took them, because I think they have lost something recently. Like I said, they've shed a skin. So there's something here where I feel like maybe now that they have like less investments in things, you know, like maybe they just got out of a relationship and now that they've been single for a second, they're like starting to realize like, okay, like I have kind of the building blocks now, you know what I mean? Like when you're, I think, first getting into the grooves of relationships, you realized, or maybe sometimes you don't realize, that you have the potential to change how things are going. You can change the course, you can kind of set the tone, set the rules, and you know, that's what makes the relationship go forward. So I feel like there was already some preset or pre-established energy with this person, and they're starting to really feel like they like what they see, and that it's like more beneficial to them than maybe it was in the past. I'm seeing this person definitely reflecting a lot though on the past, and maybe where they were negative or like not optimistic about things, like they have a shift in perspective where they're starting to realize like, okay, like actually I could take this a little bit more like this, or do that a little bit more like that. And I feel like that is in connection to relationships, but just generally anything that they want with the Magician here and the Seven of Pentacles. So let's pull some more cards here and see what is going on in their head. Yeah. Past lives. There we go. I wasn't just making it up, y'all. It's really there. That past life connection. Whether you guys have known each other since you were children, or, I mean, even in this context, like I said, like there could be a soul tie or something. We have direction. So again, this person's recognizing the direction that they can take, or that they just, the directions that they've taken in the past and where they've got them. And like this person's understanding choice right now. We have confusion. So like I said, with the building blocks things here, how people don't always understand that when you're starting a relationship, you're starting that kind of like filter almost, or setting rules and regulations. Like we don't recognize that that's kind of like a precursor, but like that beginning stages of a relationship is very much that. So we have complete here as well. So with confusion, I feel like this person is starting to realize they were a little gluttonous at times. I feel like this person actually liked a lot of excess. And so when they had something that they thought was like good, they would really ride that wave and really like overindulge at times with that. And this could have been like someone that they found like had that kind of alluring quality in the past, or someone that I want to say like put out. So like, you know, maybe like I said, if this is someone that you've had history with, maybe they like moved on from you or something to go to someone that kind of put out a little bit more, or had more of a, I don't know, like zest to them at that time. Maybe that's just not where you were at in your life in that time. So that's, you know, like this person kind of maybe with some justification went off on their own and kind of, like I said, went after the zest, went after that overindulgence kind of energy, however, and, you know, it definitely kind of stung them a little bit for some reason. So I feel like what they're confused about is what would actually complete them, which is more of a balanced energy in all of this. So that's kind of the skin they're shedding, I want to say. Why did I say it like that? Oh my God. I feel like this person's really doesn't want me to say that though, because I like kind of shushed when I said those words. So it makes me feel like this person's like embarrassed to say that they have had some not great habits surrounding indulgence in the past. Alrighty, so let's close this out by some messages here from my little moon deck. For pile one, what's on their mind? What's on their person's mind? All right, we have step out of your comfort zone, which is the North Node. And then a time for healing. Is that, oh my God. That's not balsamic, right? Is it balsamic? Like, you can see it. You read it. You see what it says. Okay, so that's what is funny here with this person. And like the North Node coming out further reiterates that you guys have this soul connection. And you guys are both now heading in the same trajectory. And I feel like you kind of always were, but the ways you did it were different. So now it's like things are aligning. And I feel like for this person specifically, this has been a really big time for healing for them, because they maybe have always been in their comfort zone. They didn't really want to like take the risk, or when they did take the risk, it was ones that they kind of already knew how it was going to go. So that is what kind of created the depression and pessimism in the past. But I feel like right now what's in their heart and in their mind is like, okay, I'm going to go after what I feel like is going to complete me and complete this cycle that I'm in, because whatever cycle this person's in, they're ready to jump out of their comfort zone and to find relief from whatever they have been kind of stuck in. So honestly, really positive momentum from this person. Like I said, they do seem to be very attracted to you. They're just trying to get themselves back on track after being kind of on a tangent for a second. So I would hold out, you know, if you feel like that's what you should do. But also alternatively, I mean, this person is still weighing things out. So keep that lightness in your heart as well. And I feel like you'll find, you know, that common ground with this person a lot easier than maybe in the past. So that being said though, group one, I hope this message resonated for you. And if it did, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. And of course, subscribe to my channel for more intuitively channeled messages like this. If you want to book a personal reading with me, check out the link below as always to my snip feed. Or you can DM me on Instagram, whatever works best for you. Otherwise, I'm going to skedaddle and I'll see you guys in a later video. Peace. Hey group two, let's get started with your tarot pick a card reading today, all about what is on their mind as it relates to you, but also into their life in general, so you can get a better insight into what is going on with them. So for your cards, we first have Hamsa. I don't know if that's how you say that, but it says, may your Hansa hand bring you love, light, luck, and protection. Oh, I always forget where my frame is. Sorry. So we have Mystic, revels in intimate union with the divine, delusional rapport with the divine. We have Earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And then we have Neptune. Okay. Wow. So this person right away is starting to recognize that there are certain things that they are very like seeking to acquire in their soul that I don't think that they necessarily recognize. And this is really funny because I feel like with the Earth sign here, this person is very much focused on practical things, like work and working with their hands, like doing things where they are like very present and grounded in the moment. I think this is a person that's very logical. They do seem to like their vices, though. That's another thing that we're noticing here. But like I was saying, I feel like this person, for the first time in their life, is really getting called into a spiritual direction. That might have a lot to do with you, actually, I feel like, because there's something about you that is very different to this person. I think that they see you as being someone that's very, not cold isn't the word, or guarded, like those aren't really the words for it, because there's a softness to you still. Like, you're a very kind person, very compassionate. You know, like, when to ease into situations or how to ease into situations, but there's a truth to you, and there's something deep within you that this person resonates with, and it's taken them a long time to get to this place where they're actually feeling some sort of resonance on a spiritual level. So maybe I feel like you talk to this person maybe about spirituality or about things that are kind of nebulous is what I want to say. Maybe you like to talk about the stars. Maybe you guys connect on that level. But yeah, I feel like this person's deeply intrigued right now in that part of themselves. They might find themselves spending a lot more time in isolation or alone, or focusing on kind of their inner world. And, you know, I think that's what's helping them actually recognize that there is a lot of things that they could potentially be doing that they haven't even thought about doing because they just weren't there yet. They were really focused on earthly things. But, you know, once you're really set in kind of earthly matters, that's when spiritual matters start to pull like up more in the surface, and you start to feel more of that energy, because you're kind of set. It's like meditation, you know, once you like ease your brain, like that's where intuitive messages can start to come up. So it feels like that's what this person is sliding into, essentially. I don't think this person's like necessarily an intuitive person on their own, but they like they operate on instinct, and the way that they move is very strategic, and like they're almost thinking things through from an intuitive level without actually like recognizing that's what they're doing. Like in this is how I'm picturing how this person's brain works, is like they get a hunch about something, like an intuitive hunch, and then they do the research and figure it out, and then they're like blaming it on the research, being like, oh, well, I saw here, here, and here, but they like deny the hunch kind of thing. Like, it's like, oh, that, like it's almost like because that started it, like they finish it with something else. So we have Judgment here, which is really interesting, because I feel like with Judgment, this person can be very, like I said, like intuitive, but also like they feel like in order to use their intuition, they have to prove that with their judgment, their logical judgment, which makes this person actually a very secure person, and probably a good adept. Like, they would be very good in occult matters or learning about spirituality, because they check themselves before they just follow the lead of whatever message they get. I think this person can be extremely well-rounded. You know, they, like I said, they work a lot with their hands. So they're a hands-on type of person. They care a lot about the feelings of things. Like, I feel like if something, and that's what like this person would never call themselves intuitive, but they would see themselves, but like when you're watching them, you're like, this person's intuitive. Like, they're like, oh, this doesn't feel right. Let me like adjust this kind of person. I feel like that's what you like about them, though, honestly. We have the High Priestess. Yes, it's funny. This person, like I said, is like so like, I'm not intuitive, but like you got the High Priestess, you got Judgment. You really can't be that much more intuitive than those cards. So I feel like this person has an intuition about you too. Maybe you, like I said, have brought up the spiritual part, and like you make judgment calls completely blind. I feel like sometimes like you can be someone that is very like, you don't seek explanations the same way this person does. I feel like you still like have explanations, and you know, you're ready to share them, but it's like this person doesn't really even need them from you, because the way you act is so matter of fact in that intuition. It's like this person doesn't even have a second to doubt you, you know, like, and that's the thing, is like when you're unsure of your intuition, and if you were like, oh, I see this in somebody, but like you, because your energy comes with an unsureness about it, they might be like more easily able to deny it and say, oh no, like this person's crazy, this person doesn't know what they're talking about, whatever. But like, you know, it feels like there is a very obvious like strength in how you deliver messages, your intuitive messages, that this person is like I said, like, wow, I want that. Like, I want to be like that. I want to have that kind of control and power and assertiveness. We do have the Ace of Wands here as well as the Knight of Swords. So yeah, that really confirms what I was just saying too. Like, this person wants to speak on what they feel is important, and the things that they feel important are kind of random. Our intuition is what tells us is important, our instincts tell us what's important. So this person is feeling like they have the ability to look at themselves, and like I said, if they're in isolation right now, this is a really good time for them to look at themselves and say, okay, I should have spoke up here, or I should have done this here. Like, they're able to really look at where they have denied themselves following those intuitive nudges. And I think they're like able to, what's the word, like, just better, it's like they're training themselves. Basically, they're training themselves to follow what is being like told of them to do by their higher self. And they don't always trust the higher self. They don't have a very strong relationship with it, but they do understand envy. They do understand greed. They do understand these strong, almost like random emotions that come up. So it's not really that far off for this person to like dive a little deeper and go into this mystical stuff. And I think they're going to realize that a lot from you, because you bring this person a lot of joy, a lot of spark. I mean, we have this Ace of Wands here, so they are so pleased when they're around you, because it's like the light is lit up in them again. And it's like, maybe because you speak, like I said, these revelations with them that you have about certain things, like you don't hold back at all with this person, yet there's a part of you that is just so deep down that they know that, like, if they hit the right chords and kind of navigate this energy the right way, that they can eventually get some deeper insights, about you and about what you think. Because I think that's a really important thing to this person. Like, they think a lot about what you think and how you think, and just your perspective on things. So let's look at more cards. We have Fresh Start. Oh, we have Love. We also had Round and Round, Opportunity. Put these like over here. And Gentleness. Okay, so maybe this person, I want to say, like, has had a very specific lens on how to have a relationship. With Round and Round, Love, and Fresh Start, I feel like this person is not trying to go through the same thing again. Like I said, this person's very mundane and has had a very mundane set way of being that they have really kind of lost themselves in. And like, this way that you operate in their psyche is very much like inspiring to changes of this cycle that they found themselves in. And maybe that has brought them a lot of peace, especially with Opportunity and Gentleness. I think that this person feels very safe with you and feels like you understand them, and that they can trust your judgment. Maybe, like I said, like, they were just used to dating people that were always the same way and always had the same perspective on relationships or how to handle things that never got them anywhere. I feel like this person's last relationship was someone that was very like mystical, in the sense of like they were very emotional, very deep and feely, very like in emotional energy, to the point where this person felt like they could never go there because somebody is already kind of preoccupied that whole energy within the relationship, if that makes sense. So this person has been feeling a lot of release in that regard, and like they can have, like I said, a fresh start with these cycles. And yeah, we have Forgiveness right here. So I feel like they're able to start seeing the truth of this matter as something that they can like work with, because maybe it's taken someone like you that has a little bit more emotional control and understanding of like the deeper undertones, the somatic kind of relationships between your body and your emotions, even your mental patterns, like that sort of thing. Like, that is a very deep understanding that this person has kind of sought out, but they never really realized that's what they sought out because they were kind of drowned by it in the past. So That's interesting. Honestly, I feel like this person's actually very pleased that you are like this and that you don't neglect this part of yourself, because maybe that is a problem that this person like dealt with in the past, is like they either had someone that was super emotional or just non-emotional completely. Like, so to find someone that has this good like intuitive balance to them is really nice. So let's see more energy here. Okay, we have a win-win outcome is in the forecast, full moon in Libra. Nothing will come of this situation, void of course moon. And then be bold and make the first move. So I feel like this person is currently contemplating how to create a win-win situation with what they have going on here, because like I said, like you represent balance to this person, you represent equilibrium, and you represent like the relational aspect of how inspiration can, well, I should say like how inspiration can like leak into connections. And because with the win-win forecast here, this makes me think that this person really wants things to be balanced, like I was saying earlier, but they also don't want, I don't know, like they don't want things to hit a stalemate. Like maybe they're really used to people being in certain roles, like they were the provider and there was a caretaker in like their past relationships. So now that they worry if that is always how it's just going to be, or like maybe, I don't know, maybe you slip into like a role that's a little bit more feminine than the balanced side, and then they're like, oh no, like what if something's not going to happen here? Like, what if they're always like this kind of thing? Like, I don't know. I feel like you might show this person glimpses of like residue of a situation that they have experienced. And it's like, not like you're doing it in any type of way that's actually like what they've experienced in the past, but it like rings the similar tune. But like, it doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing. That's a big lesson that I've noticed is kind of like a collective thing right now, is not every not everything that you recognized in the past as a challenge is going to be a challenge when you recognize it in the future. And I feel like with the be bold and make the first move here, I feel like this person is really working on having the courage to say what they feel intuitively and like emotionally, because maybe this person, like in the past, like I said, if their partner was very emotional, they were not able to express their side of things because they also realized where they were emotional with it too. And maybe like the other person was so emotional that this person, like like I said, they started to not like emotional feelings, and they started to feel like there's nothing that could come out of their emotions. But I feel like this person is, and you are actually like on the precipice of really realizing like, well, we found someone that's actually willing to, you know, have this balanced conversation and have this look at things from a balanced point of view. And it's not always going to be this cycle of like kind of like oppression, honestly, where this person has to just like eat their feelings, you know, and like just stuff them down and not worry about them. I feel like you're allowing this person confidence to say what they need to say, to speak up when they need to speak up. And, you know, I don't think that they have any real problems with you at all. So I don't think they're going to really have to worry about it that much. But I do feel like you guys will build a great rapport to the point where it's going to be very obvious that you guys are capable of having win-win outcomes. So that being said, though, I mean, the communication and the internal spiritual like level of this reading is very like powerful. I feel like you guys are both like really working on yourselves and working on communicating what your needs are, and that is a very, very powerful lesson to be in the midst of. So congrats to you and congrats to them. But I hope this message resonated for you, group 2. And if it did, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. And of course, subscribe to my channel for more intuitively channeled messages like so. If you want to book a personal reading with me, check out my link below as always to my snip bead. Or you can check out one of my other tarot pick a card readings here on YouTube. So that being said, though, I'll talk to you guys in a later video. Peace. Hey group 3, let's get started with your tarot pick a card reading today, all about what is on their mind in regards to life in general, but also this connection. So let's place your oracle cards. We have whale. Just as the whale can dive into the depths of the sea and endure an immense pressure, you are also able to endure both emotional and physical pressures. We have rebel, challenges authority to effect social change, rejects spiritual systems that do not serve inner needs, rejects legitimate authority out of anger, rebels out of peer pressure or fashion. We have vacation, you will be traveling soon. And then we have the 4th house. All right. So right away, I feel like this person feels obvious. Like this person feels like they can't hide from whatever is going on within them. And it's just really fascinating to me because I feel like this person is very intriguing in their insides. They have a deep interpersonal world. I feel like this person is deeply private as well. However, it's funny because there's parts of their personality that is very rebellious. Like they do have different things going for them. Maybe their job is something that is rebellious. Their routines, even hobbies, you know, even just like the way that they operate within normal things. Like there's something about this person that is a little bit different. And I feel like it's funny because when they think about like just their lives in general, they seem to feel like I said, like everybody notices them, everybody's aware of them. Maybe this person's like really tall or something like that. Like I feel like even when they are just quiet and in a room full of people, like they just feel like everyone is like aware of them. This person kind of has like an inner exploitative quality, like they feel exploited with whatever's going on in their inside. So maybe they have a very like, there's just something deep about this person, and it's hard for me to explain it because I feel like this person's almost a little paranoid. Like when they like to put the word on it, like it just makes this person seem very nervous. Like the way that I'm talking right now, I'm so much slower in like the way that I am like processing this reading, and it's just because I feel like this person like they have a lot of oxymorons. Like they are, like I said, very quiet, very reserved, have a deep interpersonal world, but also like have very strong, prominent like qualities to them, leadership qualities to them, but also just like when they're there, you know, like, and that's the thing about maybe this person's energy, maybe it like taps on you and they're just like, hey, I'm here kind of thing. Like there's something about this person though that makes an impact for sure, and you can feel it. And alternatively, I feel like what they're thinking about with you is that maybe they have to travel to you is one thing that I'm kind of noticing. Whether it's like fitting the plans into travel, or like even if you guys like live near each other or something, maybe they have like weird routines or something that they have to work around or something like that. But then also this could be like a distance kind of relationship with vacation here. Just something where I feel like this person, when they need a break from divulging in their inner world and all those weird things, they look at you and they look at all of those qualities that they really don't like in themselves. They kind of see them in you, and they see you as someone that gets really positive attention for those qualities, which is weird because I feel like this person doesn't really display them. They're like a lot of their qualities, so it's hard for them to get that kind of attention, whereas you, I feel like you're a walking display in this person's eyes, and they just see that as like, wow, like what a trip. Like this person lives life on easy mode. And, you know, that's not necessarily true. This is what's on their mind. So I think this person sees you as being someone that has like just gotten over a lot of hurdles and like is not really that afraid. With vacation too, this just makes me think that this person like likes that idea of like luxury and going off with you, and like maybe that's a part of what your guys' relationship is. Maybe you guys do have moments where you just go off and kind of live your own lives, and you know, it just feels like you're the only two people in the world. Like there's something about that with this person that they think about. It's funny too though, because I don't think that this person is like very romantic. Like there's something about their personality that is very kind of rigid, and like they have rules you have to follow sort of thing. So when you guys have your little vacations, whatever they may be, whether it's just kind of like talking to each other after a long day where you're finally able to decompress, or you know, even more raunchier things or whatever it may be, like there's something here where you guys are actually very like appealing to this person because you seem to give them a break. This poor person just wants a break. They just want a break. All right. Let's see, for pile number 3, what more do we have here? What is on pile 3's person's mind? Oh, all right, we're not taking all those. It's funny, whenever I shuffle, I always say that how the cards shuffle show kind of how open people are. And right now, this person does not want to open up. There we go. As soon as I said that, one kind of flew out. Yeah, Ace of Cups. Okay, that's funny. That's funny. We'll get to it. I'm going to pull more cards. The Empress. The Five of Swords. Oh, we got 2 more. Okay. We have the Ace of Pentacles. I'm going to kind of squeeze these over. And we have the Six of Pentacles. Excuse me, I need to take a sip of water. Ugh, okay. So this person, like I said, they don't like to talk about their feelings. They're very rigid with the Five of Swords here. I definitely think this person has anxiety or some sort of like debilitating inner mental function that just makes them not always operate from like the most expressive, optimistic, like confident, enthusiastic place. And it's not necessarily that they don't have that quality. I feel like this person is kind of like, what's the word? I don't know. They're just like, yeah, I know I'm cool. Fine, whatever. Like they don't, it's like a baseline kind of like self-esteem that this person always operates from, where they know that they always have something going for them, even if they're in like a low point. Which I feel like right now they're kind of in a low point, but like also feeling optimistic, but also trying to like weigh their options about feelings and stuff. Like we have the Ace of Cups here, and like the Ace of Cups is very much ready to give that opportunity of love, be like, okay, I'm gonna give this a try. And with the Empress here, I mean, that's further communicating like, wow, I'm really thinking about what I could build for myself, like family wise. And this is also seeing you as someone that is like, wow, I could totally like get with this person, I could totally be with them, I could totally have a good time with them, but like also build with them, like I said. But that's the thing, that like this happy emotion kind of brings them into this feeling of like, oh God, like, and maybe that's their inner rebellious energy coming out, because I feel like when this person feels restricted, they kind of like wiggle around the issue, and they're like, no, I'm gonna go here, there, otherwhere. Like they can be really like, not, I guess avoidant wouldn't have been the word for it, because I feel like they sit in the energy, but they can kind of like wiggle around it and like not want to really like sit down with it, you know what I mean? So I think what's funny too is this person seems to think a lot about their feelings, and like it's not always productive though, is the thing. So I think when they're thinking about you though, with the Ace of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles, they're like, this is actually like a fair shot. Maybe you like really give this person like equal, like you guys both maybe have had conversations with each other where it was very obvious, it's like, I like you, but there's just something, there's just this little thing or that little thing that we have to get around, and like the obstacles are kind of coming up here. Let me pull some more of these cards, because I feel like there's something else here to be clarified. Okay, yeah, so we have Mercury retrograde, okay, and Gold Digger, that's funny. Okay, so this is what I was getting already, and then these cards really tie it in for me. So this person, like, you guys have had conversations where they saw you as like their perfect person. With the Empress here, the Ace of Cups, they really felt like there was a lot going for you guys, but then maybe there was communication issues or something, or like I said, like maybe, I mean, communication issues is really coming out big for me, because I think it was communicated to them in some way that, like, different ways that you were seeing the situation with them that could have been like to your advantage or something. Like there's some kind of like power or gain that you have from either this situation or that you realize you can get from this situation or something. Because the gold digger card to me normally does come out as like somebody being aware of power in a situation and like how to use that when it's with another person. So I feel like there was something with you with this person where maybe you like kind of showed them that you were aware of like their inside feelings, and that comes back to the exploitative feeling I was feeling earlier. So there was something very apparent to this person where it's like, oh my god, this person knows about that. So in their rebellious nature, they're like, well, this person just wants me for whatever, like, they could have wrote it off. But then I feel like with Mercury retrograde and with things kind of having to be sorted out, I feel like they were able to realize like, oh no, wait, this person can offer like actually equal to me. Like this person actually, like they're understanding they misunderstood you, and they understand they misunderstood themselves a little bit. Like I feel like they just didn't really they didn't realize that like other people could kind of see certain things without really like them putting it on display. And now that they're starting to realize that that's something that you kind of do, like you don't make this person put themselves on display in order to like appreciate them and love them and show up for them. Like I feel like you are very much just taking this and them for what they are, and I think this person is feeling actually very positive about that kind of momentum. Probably because it's like, wow, like this is someone that actually like isn't using what's being shown superficially as like enough, because like this person's used to that. They're really used to that, and I think they worry about that. That could be a big problem with the gold digger and Mercury retrograde here with the Five of Swords. They could just really not know what your intentions are and worry about that. We have wonder, exactly. They wonder and worry. Let's see. Whoop. Whoop. Oh my goodness, falling over the place. Let's take this one. We have ending. I think this person also wonders like if they would be able to handle an ending. Yeah, we have long term. Let's get one more. We have friction, and it flew out and almost dived to the ground. So I feel like this person is feeling definitely worried about what is going to happen with you guys. I think they recognize that there's friction a little bit between you guys. Like sometimes, like I said, there can be rifts in communication. There can be times where this person feels like really exposed prematurely for their feelings, and that sort of thing. But I do feel like they see long-term potential here. With ending, it makes me kind of feel like this person like wants to put an end to either the distance between you guys or between like they want to put okay, hold on. But also with wonder and ending, it makes me think too that maybe they are wondering about if this were to end, how bad would it be? And maybe it's like worrying about like what you would take from them. Like let's say if they like really started to invest in you, like what if things didn't work out, what that would leave with them with. Like this person really knows and thinks a lot about their own assets and like what makes them happy and what they've kind of grown for themselves. So the idea of like sharing and working with other people has never really been something that they wanted to do. Like this person always liked going off on their own. So I feel like this has really been an interesting time for them with you, because they're realizing like, oh, like I said, this person's actually like a equal give and take kind of gal or guy. And I don't know, there's a lot of like little omens here about seeing like a family being built together or something. But like I said, this person does notice that when things get kind of tense with you guys, they get a little tense, and that maybe makes them a little wary. Like I said, about how an ending would go for you guys. Like, and maybe they just don't know you that well, honestly, because I feel like you're not the kind of person that's gonna like make this person rue the day sort of thing. Like you're very much on their same wavelength, and they just really need to get more comfortable with that. All right, so let's get some final messages for group 3. Woo. We have balanced spirituality and practicality, full moon in Pisces. And then we have, nope. There we go. Your commitment is being tested. Okay, yeah. So this person is being very much like called to sort of like release their fears when it comes to connection and recognize when they're rebelling just because it's like a funny little bit to them. Like there's just something here, because I feel like with your commitments being tested, this person, like I said, is realizing that there's something here. Maybe okay, here's my thought of a scenario. Maybe this person tried to like disarm you, or like at one point or another you guys were talking and this person was trying to basically find a problem so that they could like run away, because I feel like this person was just like, yeah, I'm gonna have like a little fun here and then run, because that's how I do it. I'm rebellious. I'm a loner, whatever. Like I normally don't. But with you, I feel like there is this kind of like, I don't know, it's like a hesitation that hit them, where you guys maybe had a moment where they would normally like walk away from, but they didn't for some reason with you. Like they were brought back to you. They realized like, oh wait, maybe this was just me. Like, and that's where the spirituality and practicality are coming around, because I think this person's realizing like maybe in other times that was like the end and it made sense for it to be the end, but with you it doesn't feel like that was meant to be the end, because we see like wonder, like having fun, and then it's like ending. It's like, oh, okay, like we could have left, but then it says long term and this is friction. So it's like this person's almost seeing you through the lens of like, I could be with them, but there will be some things I have to work on. And like, this person is in vacation mode, so I don't think they're necessarily trying to work on things, but it does seem like this person is inevitably being tested in that arena of like, okay, well, if you're going to linger around here as much as you are, you might as well just commit. That's kind of how I'm getting this person's thinking is coming through. So that being said, group 3, like I said, this person has a lot of restraint when it comes to like talking about what's going on for them. So I would just, hold out as much as you feel comfortable with, but don't be afraid to say what you need to say. I feel like this person, like I said, is almost waiting for the other shoe to drop so they can move on. But at the end of the day, if you say things that resonate with them and they're ready for it, like they'll be able to like, instead of like have the shoe drop and walk away, they'll be able to wear the shoes and do what they need to do. So there's kind of like 2 ways that this could go in their mind, but I feel like inevitably they're going to be pushed to kind of work on this commitment energy that they have been avoiding, because they're little rebels and whatnot. But that being said though, group 3, that is your reading. So give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it, and of course subscribe to my channel for more intuitively channeled messages if you would like to see more of this. If you want to book a reading with me, check out my link below as always to snip feed, or you can DM me on Instagram, whatever works best. Otherwise, I'm gonna skedaddle, so I hope to see you guys in a later video. Peace.